Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Azir playability, right? Because it could have been the Jace mid. Don't want to be playing that one into Akali. Pick the Akali here, and it makes it a little bit less comfortable for closer here on the Azir, as we've seen. But he's going to pick it up regardless.
Some early pressure into the enemy jungle.
I think this is wise.
Okay, they're going to Twisted Advances. Now they're trying to get the damage onto a Sejuani. That's not what you want to see, as Youngjae is just dead. Bulldog is going in 1v4. Yeah, that was...
like this, especially the roster's this young.
Are they actually going to try to come in here? You see Youngjae is seeing whether or not he's got an angle for a steal, but he's not going to force that.
Youngjae is really trying to fish for an angle here. If he gets his, ult off here, sets up a play, doesn't have flash, maybe you could find it.
I mean, Closer saw him. I'm not sure why he's still here. He's going to sweep them away, but in goes Bulldog. He's looking for the kill under the turret. One more auto will do it. Closer, maybe just thinking he would have enough to...
Or are they going to be willing to kind of sit back? Because you have to pull the trigger here in moments like this, especially against this Liandry's Azir.
Trying to get stuff out of Closer early and fight for vision, as now they're going to go all in onto the Sejuani, but Youngjae is all alone in there, and down he will go. Gets a bit of damage on the Kael, but yeah, that's just going to be Liiv SANDBOX forcefully taking the fight.
A lot of CC, turning this comp weirdly enough into its own version of the pick comp that we saw last game with the Sejuani.
Liiv SANDBOXes. They are going to take down this Rift Herald. Do see that Kwangdong are kind of grouping up for this one, considering getting on in there, as Dudu is no longer with us. Down he will go, and Bertle just gets a free solo kill, essentially. Very nicely done, as Dudu, not respecting that, did not even flash.
Closer has flash and ult too, and he was actually setting up potentially a trap there on the other side of Emperor's Divide, so Kwangdong Freecs can't turn and punish, and they went on both sides here, grab that Rift Herald, push that turret down. Going to be looking like a whole turret here top side here for Bertle, because Jace just presses W and says thanks for 600.
Laser into Youngjae's face doesn't really matter for him. He's got a Warmox, but take a look at what's happening. Meanwhile, Bertle's just getting free stuff down on the bottom side. Bulldog's like, maybe I can trade with you.
Nope.
No.
The answer is no.
You can't, actually.
This is such a great...
This is our Drake. They actually do have the Meganar here.
They're just trying to wait this Meganar out with the Liandry's and the Jace poke here.
Well, it looks like Liiv SANDBOX might just be a little bit late to the party, as the ult comes in onto Willer, as now Meganar in the front is just going to be burned down 100-0. That is a Fed Jace and an Azir with Liandry's.
Good luck, Kwangdong Freecs.
Yeah, the zone control is insane, and they do flash away from the Emperor's Divide. I think the Liiv SANDBOX could have just gone for this, but they're scared about the flip. They don't want Youngjae to steal it away again. That might actually be a good call. They don't know exactly where he is. They're trying to zone him away while also hitting the Baron. Definitely a risky call, as now Envy's over the wall. He's so low, as now they're in the pit. They get on in there, and Maokai's going to be the one that takes the Baron. So Liiv SANDBOX thanking their lucky stars, I guess, as Willer will be forced to flash out of this one.
If they try to flank, if they try to actually collapse here, Maokai ult comes out. If you do nothing, here it comes.
There's the Maokai ult. They do not commit to the dive, as in goes Taeyun. Really trying to force this fight, actually. Just straight up. They are going to get a lot of damage, and Envy, as down goes the Caitlyn again. And Bertle is alone in the front line. He does insane amounts of damage, but they will shut him down. And Kwangdong almost catching them by surprise. Stop the push. At least Closer gets the turret in mid.
The second they're wanting, but they don't have soul point, and Dudu's just left to his own devices here to potentially grab some bounty gold here on the top side. It's a trade of turrets, but the advantage definitely in terms of gold going to Kwangdong Freecs here. So no punish here whatsoever on this Gnar.
Yeah.
Kwangdong Freecs going to feel very good about the amount of gold they just picked up.
It is going lethality, so in terms of scaling, maybe just wait for Bulldog to really just get maybe a third item in this one, as they're going to try to pull this one out and prevent Youngjae from getting a steal. That was pretty close from the side of G.
D is low, right?
D is low. D is like, I don't know. Maybe D plus is okay, but D. Youngjae in a little bit of trouble, as he is very tanky, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to get swept up again. Feels like I've seen this before.
Yeah, Closer just hates this Sejuani, man. And then we're not in position for this at all. Had to fight through the choke point, and just, that's it. Sejuani's deleted. Bulldog was off combat.
This is a very cheeky spot now for Bulldog. Is it going to be enough? He does have some pretty insane assassination potential. This is Meganar as well. They're looking for Closer, who just flashed. as now he's going to be dogpiled here on the bottom side. They will be able to get this Azir, as in goes Bertle, who just destroys the Varus and knocks Youngjae in, as Bertle says, nuh-uh, we are not losing this game, not like this.
Great play from Bertle.
Bulldog will go back just to his doom, and now they're TPing into mid. It looks like Liiv SANDBOX want to end this game.
Looks like we're going to a game 3 here, Valdez. Favorites Liiv SANDBOX dropping the ball a little bit in the early parts of game 1. The oppressive vision letting the Ashe through, but going into game 2 with a little bit more of a standard draft here. Second game for Kyle on the Lux. They're going to pick up the W. So much damage here on this Jace that even though you pick off the Azir, he buys enough time, and Bertle, level 18, swings around.
Well, that's just not fair. June just going to be 100-0'd as Willard just pressed a twisted advance button. Dudu might be able to take him down, and that he does. But the team that's taking down the Nexus is Liiv SANDBOX. They will take game number 2, and we have a series on our hands. We're all...